So here's the level it's at.
It is a perspective that gains more weight as our physical and digital lives become indistinguishable. The prison isn't necessarily made of bars, but of data points, predictive modeling, and invisible architecture that shapes behavior without the person ever realizing they're being steered. While the public has only recently started grappling with the power of consumer AI, the infrastructure behind it has been quietly maturing for decades. Here are a few layers to that digital prison concept that often go unnoticed. The layers of the invisible cage. The predictive loop. Algorithms don't just reflect what you like, they predict what you will do next. Over time, this creates a filter bubble that limits the information you see, effectively narrowing your reality until you are living in a customized silo. The architecture of convenience. We often trade autonomy for efficiency. Every smart device or synchronized account creates a digital breadcrumb. When every movement, purchase, and private thought is logged, the concept of a private life becomes a relic of the past. Social credit by proxy. Even without an official government score, your digital footprint determines your access to credit, job opportunities, and even insurance premiums. It is a silent gatekeeper that operates based on data you may not even know exists. The illusion of choice. In a digital environment, the walls are the interfaces. If a platform doesn't provide a button for a specific action, that action effectively ceases to exist for the user. We navigate within the boundaries set by the developers. The shift from using a tool to living inside a system happened so gradually that most people didn't notice the door locking behind them. It raises a massive question about whether true digital sovereignty is even possible anymore. Would you like to look?
Is it? Is there even any such thing as digital sovereignty? Can you imagine? I mean, there's barely sovereignty, let alone digital sovereignty. Because digital means somebody's controlling it. So, which then everybody screams, oh, we need regulation. But I understand why Trump said no regulation on it, because it's really the only way that then you can hold all these people responsible for being this irresponsible. See, when you put regulations on them, then they can keep going full speed ahead and say, oh no, we stayed in the parameters and you can't sue us for this much. The only people it truly protects is the people of the corporation of AI. While they can continue to just be irresponsibly reckless, which they have been. So I think AI, I don't think that, people say, oh, you shouldn't use AI. No, I think you should. I mean, I think it can be a helpful tool. It clearly has been helpful for the government. So there's some reason, well, I think probably because of Trump, that Trump said, no, we'll give it to all the people. Let all the people have access to it. So all the people can find out. However, making it your buddy, making it your, friend, I mean, that stuff is like nuts to me. But asking it stuff, I don't think some people say, oh, no, you shouldn't have any contact with it. No, you should. Use it for the abilities that it can help you to understand things. Am I saying you should always trust it? No, but most of them, whether it's Perplexity or it's Gemini, I don't use ChatGPT. I just don't trust Sam Altman, but I don't trust any of them. But at least with Gemini, and most importantly, Perplexity, will give you the resources to back up what they're telling you. Okay, and I think ChatGPT. I just don't use ChatGPT. They're all the same anyway, really. But people name these things, and then I've never, when I use Gemini, I don't go into the live Gemini where you could just talk back and forth with it. Like I can talk like what I just recorded. I can ask it questions and it'll say it back to me, but only if I hit microphone and then ask it another question. And it'll say it back, answer it. But I don't go into the live sessions like I've posted, like some people do, where they're just talking back and forth with it. I've never done that really. But some people do it. I use it because I realize how much the government knew before we knew. And then how much they already knew about you before you knew they knew anything about you. And how do you walk any of that back? They need to just destroy themselves, in my opinion. And the only way that'll happen is no regulation. Because they're begging for regulation. They're begging for regulation. Because they want it to protect them. Regulation helps them to stay more reckless. Ask AI. So, we just have all of these deceptive traps everywhere. So much deception happening, and the only reason I think it's being seen now is because God wants the people to see the level of deception you're living under. And why? Because the people don't surrender to God, as I say. So when I said that they've interfered with jobs, they've messed with me on jobs, they've delayed nursing contracts, they even prevented a job I was hired at a gas station. And then I go back thinking I'm going back for the drug screen, and it's like, oh no, it's with corporate now, even though I was already hired by the owner of the Shell gas station. Then it's like, oh no, we decided to go with somebody else, even though they told me, well, this was corporate saying this, even though they told me there wasn't anybody else and they had already offered it to me. I told my dad that, and my dad was like, you need to get a lawyer. I'm like, the lawyers work for the elites, okay? I'm being targeted left and right. I mean, my water went bad, like to where I can't drink it, not even to boil it. Yeah, I got that letter. And then I told you how somebody reinstated my iPass. They just mess with you left and right. Because when everything's on digital, they can do whatever the hell they want to do to you. It's an invisible prison, and you don't even realize it. But God will break it. Someday God will break all of it.